Alright, peace and blessings to everybody out there. Welcome back to the Fake Woke Podcast. This is your boy BobbyVILN. I'm back with another video. I couldn't let this one go. Social media yesterday was going up about the whole Trump 2K 2000 that Trump has been talking about, his little press conference that he had, and how he broke down the bill. And all the foreign, all the money that's going to foreign aid, this, that, and the third. Egypt is receiving like 1 point something billion. Israel's receiving money. Guatemala, Argentina, all types of foreign countries are receiving money from this COVID relief bill. It hardly makes you believe that this COVID relief bill was actually for COVID relief, right? But you know, we already know how it is. My previous video, I sat there and I broke down how Democrats were blocking the first couple of relief packages that was supposed to come out. Nancy Pelosi on CNN actually admitted to blocking the COVID relief bill due to the fact that it was strictly for business purposes. So in my personal opinion, so they could, you know, put a larger COVID relief bill together after they try to get this one passed up under the up under the Biden administration or the Harris administration, whichever one you want to call it, and ship that out there to make them seem like they're the heroes and how they saved America for the most part. That's my personal opinion on it. If you disagree, go ahead. You can tap in and comment below the video, and I'll make sure I'll get back to you. I know I've been slacking a little bit, but this whole COVID relief fiasco is shining a light on the dark spots of America. And regardless of what your personal opinion is on Trump, and I get it, like Trump has been painted as a racist, this, that, and the third, so forth and so on, when all actuality, Biden is actually to the right of Trump. Trump is actually really, really fucking liberal when you look at it and look at what he's trying to. And you can say that he's not necessarily trying to do it for the people. He's just trying to do it for him, for his keepsake, to make him look better. But he's putting the people first, regardless of how you slice it. Like, look at the bill. Look what the Democrats came up with and how they funneled the foreign aid up in there. The only reason why Trump really looked at it for the most part was because they said it actually contained funding for his wall. That's what I've read. Normally I post my articles before the video. I'll try to post them after if I have the chance. But for the most part, Trump sat there, he broke it down. He let the American people know exactly what was in that bill. For the most part, I only broke down the certain parts, the certain programs that were receiving money in the bill. That's the only part I really broke down my first video. I wanted to see what was going to happen, who was going to say what, and how far was this COVID relief, how far this COVID relief fiasco was going to go. And for the most part, there were actually, from what I received from CBC or whatever the fuck whatever fucking news app that I use. I gotta go back and look. But they actually offered another stimulus bill, and the Republicans shot that shit down for 2K. They don't want to pay the American people 2K. They want to give them $600. And if you look at it, $600 is not going to stretch out for a majority of the people. Actually, a lot of people are extremely in debt due to the fact that they got to pay their mortgages, bills, blah, 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 whatever. There's a lot of people out there that are out of work due to the fact that the whole coronavirus thing. So for the most part, Democrats offered something in exchange for the current bill that already passed. Republicans shot that down. Democrats added a bunch of shit that had nothing to do with COVID relief to the bill. Majority of the Republicans that are in office and have the majority voted yes on this shit. So what does that tell you? That tells you that majority of these politicians really don't give a shit about you. Regardless of how you look at it, they don't care. They do not care. As long as this shit benefits them and their connections, when it comes to foreign politics, they don't care about the American people. This package was supposed to be to help relieve the stress of COVID, but in all actuality, it just put more of a damper between the people and the actual politicians that we elected to sit here and do our negotiating for us. This is why you cannot rely on somebody else to negotiate your well-being. I always said voting don't work. And right here, right now, we're paying attention to what's going on. Voting do not work. It do not work. It do not work. I don't care if you put somebody like Obama in office. All skin folk is not kin folk, and y'all realize that when Obama was in office. But a lot of people still want to sit there and champion and put Obama on a pedestal that he really does not deserve to be on. Am I saying Trump is a better option? No, I'm not. But you see, just by the little $2,000 that he continuously tried to get passed, but continuously kept getting blocked by Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats. Now it's the Republicans blocking the bill too. So you could obviously tell that his GOP constituents were never a part of his, not a part, but were never really on his side to begin with. And why is that? My personal opinion is because he was I feel like he was just shining a light on a lot of dark spots. He kept referring to how he wanted to drain the swamp. He wanted to drain the swamp. He wanted to drain the swamp. A lot of these elderly politicians that's been in there for 30 plus years, that's the swamp that he was referring to, in my opinion. Again, you could disagree all you want, but let's just be frank. If Trump would have got back in office, it would have been a bad look for those politicians, those career politicians, the politicians that should have been out of the office 8 to 10 years ago, that keep getting a seat and not doing anything. When he meant, well, what I perceived or what I understood about draining the swamp is getting rid of those career politicians like Joe Biden. Joe Biden sat there and said he didn't want to run for president in that secret meeting with the NAACP where he was speaking to them people like they were house niggas. You can go look that up yourself. Like, all of this is documented, and you just give me your perspective on the situation. Like, I understand. A lot of people, this might come off as, damn, he's a Trump supporter. No. Nobody's a Trump supporter. What I am doing and what I do see, I see it completely different than what everybody else sees. These career politicians are the ones that's enabling us for the most part. That's why I don't know. And I think I used the wrong word. but yeah, it's just, it's not, you could just see it. If you can't see it, then I don't know what to tell you. It's a very, very sticky situation, because a lot of people is gonna look at it like this: well, Trump is blocking us from receiving our $600. Nah, I mean, he's Like, not to me. I don't see it in that manner. I don't see it in that manner. I see that he's actually trying, and he's been trying to give people COVID relief, to get this bill passed. Nancy Pelosi didn't do it. Nancy Pelosi got what she wanted now. Now she's pushing it through the House, through the Senate, and they agreed on $600. Mind you, the first couple of bills didn't even have anything to do with stimulus checks. We weren't going to receive anything. Now not the Democrats, the Republicans are talking about, well, $600 is enough for these people. That should show you that both parties was working against the current president now. That's what I see. That's how I perceive it. Both parties was working against Trump. Both parties was working against Trump. And to be honest, I've already said it. Trump was probably a lot of our best bet, regardless if you agreed with his personality, how presidential he was, whatever. Sometimes you need to do business with people you don't want to do business with. He just so happened to be one of those people. And a lot of people sitting there talking about, well, like, I didn't like Biden either. Like, I get it. Like, you didn't like Biden. But if you paid attention to Biden's campaign, which he hardly did, which they didn't really want him to do. They didn't really want him to do much of public speaking. Just tell me exactly what he offered y'all besides him being different from Trump. Him not being Trump. Like, you can't really put your finger on it. You can't really put your finger on it. And like, yeah, like, I get it. Like, I sat there and I watched that NAACP meeting, and for the most part, those house niggas that they had up there speaking to Biden, I understand why Biden was getting mad, and I understand why Biden was talking to these people the way that he was talking to them. Because like they couldn't come up with nothing new. They couldn't come up with nothing new that this new administration that's getting into office needed to offer us. That's why he was really getting frustrated. But it's not like he really was gonna do that shit to begin with. Because again, politicians aren't for the people no more, especially career politicians. Career politicians aren't for the people no more. Career politicians are only out for themselves and out for their own benefit and out to, get their own way. But for the most part, I'm done. This is my only video of the day. I truly appreciate everybody for tapping in and supporting the podcast. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, do whatever you need to do, and eventually I won't have to make my videos in my damn car. So I will be getting my equipment very soon, slowly but surely. But thank you again for everybody for tapping in. Y'all are truly appreciated. I'm out.